So we're into turn 3. The French and the German armour have been having a bit of a duel. The Germans, although having less shots, their last shot was pretty accurate. They got 2 hits on the French Samoa there and have immobilised it, and it's got 2 points of shock, as you can see. The Germans managed to get 2 phases of play. They've managed to sort this first section out on the hedge here that's been taking a pasting, was pinned down, but they managed to reduce the shock, and they in fact used a chain command dice to end the turn, which allowed them to unpin that unit. They just tried to move them back, but they've been very hesitant and have failed to move. Basically they rolled the same amount as their shock, so they haven't moved at all. The Germans have also brought on another section at the back here, realising that things aren't quite going according to plan. We have to now think of another route across the board, or at least give a bit of support to this section. We've also brought on the platoon sergeant. You just see him there in the foreground just by the edge of the road. He had to come on really just to sort that section out. And as I say, we're in turn 3. Well, the tank duel ended in disaster for the Germans. They've been knocked out there by the Samoa, but obviously the Samoa itself is immobilised, and so it's stuck in that position. So the Germans have pulled back this section now into the next field back, just try and give them a bit of respite. The senior leader, the platoon sergeant, has dropped back with them. The other section they brought on is moving up either side of this building, and we're trying to get ourselves into this building here to give us a bit of cover from which to press home our attack. A bit wary of the Samoa, which although it's still immobilised, is can still bite. And the French have still just got 1 section and the grenade launchers behind the woods there on table, and they've been taking hits, but they've just slowly taking them off with their junior leader. So the French have brought on their 2nd section on their right flank to counter the German sort of 2nd offensive, trying to get up into this building. You can see they've taken a few shock there, and they're on 3 shock, the Germans. They've had about 2 casualties as well, 2 KIAs. And the French have also moved the rifle section, or rifle team rather, of this section into that building. So a good turn there for the French, or a good phase rather. The VB grenade launchers had a particularly good firing action there on the German section that was in this cornfield. As you can see, most of them have been killed. Then the French light machine gun team here on the edge of the woods opened up on one of the German platoon sergeant, who was pegging it across the field here to make it to this unit in the building, which has suffered quite a lot of shock. It's on 5 shock there, and he was killed. So, having lost a couple of teams and a sort of senior leader, that's as you can see on the scoreboard there, that's reduced the German morale to 4, which is the red ones there, and the Allies, the French, are the blue, still quite high, as you can see, 7 there. So the effect of that is that now it will leave the Germans with just 4 command dice, as opposed to the usual 5 which the French still have. So we've had our first bit of successful HE fire from the Samoa against a German machine gun team that have managed to move forward into the building that you can see. So the SMO has just been throwing shells into the building, and the result was that the German machine gun team has broken and routed back through the mortar team, which had to take a bit of shock. So luckily for the Germans, they threw well for their morale test and subsequently didn't have to lose any morale for that. So the French are starting to seize this initiative now, and they're moving up the headline on this side.